Oh, hello. I'm so sorry I got done eating dinner. Sorry, I know, such a mess, but what are you supposed to do when your prey likes to try and run and get away when you're trying to eat? What the fuck? Just sit there and let me eat my dinner. But anyway, we're back again for another episode of the J0K3RSpuppet Grave Tales, episode 4. Hope you guys enjoy. Hello everyone. I'm back again for another week of the J0K3RSpuppet Grave Tales. Sorry, the video, it was late. I had stuff I had to do around the house. And these things are not gonna work because I can't talk with a wisp. Ah, great, let me take them out. Alright, now. Wait, where did I stop at last time? Oh, at my first apartment. Yeah, and I'm going to talk about, this story is going to be about the ghost that I've seen at work, and I have witnesses about them. But, of course, everybody's camera shy. Little freaking figure. So, I have to just tell you guys the story. I wish they were here to witness, but nobody wants to be on camera, of course. But let's start, shall we? Okay, I was working at PetSmart at the time. I was a groomer. We were in the back bathing area. I was bathing a dog, and all of a sudden, one of my co-workers had came up, and she was about to wait for me to get out the tub. I was gonna go to the drying table, and all of a sudden, a towel like flew behind her, and I was like, whoa. And she turned around. She's like, what the heck? And she looked down. She's like, did you see that? I was like, yeah. And she just picked it up, stood back up there, did nothing of it. All of a sudden, her hair just like it was moving. And she just like, and she went like this, and she was like, did you just see that? I was like, yeah, I did. So yeah, it was really weird. We heard a lot of voices. Like, everybody at times would be scared to be in the salon by themselves, because you'll be all the way in the back, you'll be cleaning or whatever, like about to closing time, or even not even closing time, like in the middle of the day. All of a sudden you would hear like someone call, like a high-pitched voice call your name, and no one would be in there. Like, someone would be out taking the trash or on their lunch, or everybody's just out and about doing whatever, and you would just hear like whispering, talking, and your name being called. And you like, I've done it plenty of times. Like, I'll be back there cleaning, I was gonna hear whenever I go, huh? And I look, and nobody's up there, and I have all the doors open just in case a customer comes in, but no one was up there. So you're like, what the fuck? Okay. There's another encounter there. There was a cat sighting in the cage area where we would keep the dogs and cats. And I brought it up to a couple people. Like, I was back there bathing once, and then I ran up, and all of a sudden I seen something white, and it like ran underneath the cages, and I was like, oh shoot, oh my god, a cat's out. So I'm gonna go ask my coworker. She did cats at the time. She's the only one. And I was like, you have a cat out in the back? She was like, I don't have a cat here. I said, well, there's something running around back there that's free and trying to get the heck out of here. So we looked, nothing. And I'm like, okay. And so didn't say anything for a while. Then all of a sudden we were talking about ghosts and stuff. So we're in there talking, and I was like, has anyone ever seen a white cat running around back there? My other coworker, she raised her hand. She's like, I did. And then some people said, I see something white, but I didn't know if it was a cat. And she's like, I just seen like dart underneath the cages and stuff. I was like, yeah, it's a white cat. And then my friend Nicole, the one that seen the white cow, so she was like, yeah, it's like it'd be running around in the back. And then come to find out, right, like I want to say probably a year before I left PetSmart, we were talking to my manager, Nicole, and I were talking to her, and I mentioned her. We're talking about ghosts, of course, and we're mentioning stuff about the cat. And she was like, oh yeah, a cat got loose. Somebody had dropped it off, and we had it in a cage or a crate or whatever for the rescue place to come pick it up. And it got out. They couldn't find it. So they looked everywhere around the freaking store, and nobody could find it. And I guess a couple, I don't know how long it was, but they ended up finding it dead underneath the pallets in the back and receiving area. So I was like, oh, okay, that confirms a cat did die here. Okay. Another time, this was creepy. I wish she was here to explain this to you, so I know that I'm not fucking crazy. But I was there. I know she was there. I know she's seen it. She can vouch for me. But we were sitting there closing up. We were just cleaning the bag, cleaning all the cages. All the dogs were going to put the last towel in the bin, threw the bin up, ready to get the fuck out of there. That day was so busy, it's ridiculous. So me and Nicole, I look at her, I go, ready to get out of here? And she was like, yeah, let's go. So we went to walk off. You could see the cage door, like something like squeezed it. You could see it. And all of a sudden it just popped open, and it just opened like halfway. Oops, sorry, I left my Xbox on. I apologize. You see like the cage like come open, and I looked at her and I was like, you see that, right? And she just stood there like, yes. And I was like, okay. What are we gonna do? Because I didn't want to move. I was like, fuck that. So she was like, let's just run, and I'll just slam it on the way out. I was like, okay. So I was like, 1, 2, 3. We took off and we ran, and she slammed it and didn't even close all the way. It like she slammed it so hard that it just bounced back, and we just ran out. I grabbed my shit and we left. And we told people about it the next day, and other people have said they heard their names being called in the salon. They've heard voices, all type of stuff. So I'm happy that I'm not the only one, but what can I say? But people say everywhere I go, they follow me. So I left something at one of my friend's house before. We used to watch The Walking Dead every Sunday religiously, and she said that something was growling. Well, her dog was barking or something was bothering him, and all of a sudden it was growling. She said about the door or by her head or something. So I was like, I am so sorry. She said she's never had anything happen until, of course, I was over there every Sunday watching The Walking Dead. I had a friend once, I left something there. Well, I didn't even leave anything. She just told me, she was like, do not tell me if you see something in my house. She told me never to tell her. Never tell her nothing. So I was like, okay, whatever. But I kid you not, we're sitting there watching TV, just sitting in a circle, drinking, having a good time. And all of a sudden, I see a little boy like leaning against the door frame and just looking, and he's just smiling at us. And I'm just like, oh, like, who is that? Is that your, is that someone's brother or somebody's son or whatever? Like, he was clear as day. Like if my husband was sitting right here and I just look at him, clear as day, you could see him. And everybody turned around and they looked, and it was like, who? And I was like, oh shit. I was like, oh shit, great, fuck, damn. I was like, oh, nothing. She was like, really? You told me? I'm like, I don't, he was standing right there. So I had to freaking come to her house and protect it, cleanse it, do all that stuff that I do. But yeah, those are my crazy other stories that I had to tell. There was more at the place I work at now. It's kind of crazy. But when I get there, I will be happy to share them with you. But if you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. It'll be well appreciated. And if you like my crazy look and my crazy self, yeah, I know, go ahead and subscribe if you like to hear the stories. Go ahead, just hit that subscribe button. It'll be well appreciated and you will not be disappointed. Hopefully not. I hope I'm doing a good job. I upload videos every Saturday. So I will be here next week on Saturday. So I will see you next week, people.